First tonight, charities supporting homeless people in East Yorkshire have reacted angrily to suggestions that living on the streets is a lifestyle choice.
At the weekend, the Home Secretary Suella Braverman sparked controversy by claiming that many rough sleepers did so voluntarily and suggesting that charities should stop giving out tents to people with nowhere to stay.
Well, in Bridlington, Amelia Beckett has spoken to people who have resorted to living in tents, who say they just want to be treated with some compassion.
Behind its amusement arcades and fairground rides, Bridlington is a seaside town where there are people living on the edge.
And then you're living on streets and it's cold. When you get cold, you get underwear, you know.
At the Mind Homeless Hub, every day people walk through the doors who have nowhere else to turn. People like Amy, who's been sleeping in a tent for the last year.
I never imagined myself that I was going to be homeless, but it's happened. You know, a couple of weeks ago, me and my partner was on the tent down on the seafront having a barbecue, and some woman come up to us, starting throwing things at us, telling us that we're trash because we're living in a tent. We must be druggies, we must be this. Well, no, we're living in a tent because somebody wanted to sell their home.
It's an attitude Sean knows all too well. He's been rough sleeping in Bridlington since January, helped in here by people like George. But on the streets, he feels ignored.
They just like look at you like you're scum and that. And we're not scum, man. We're just like people. They're like we've been in a little situation, and they're like we're struggling. Do you know what I mean? And it's like they might find themselves in that predicament one day. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're going to be there to help them. And it's like
you just want a bit of help.
Yeah, just a little bit of help. Yeah.
But over the weekend, the Home Secretary suggested homelessness was a choice, tweeting, "We cannot allow our streets to be taken over by rows of tents occupied by people, many of them from abroad, living on the streets as a lifestyle choice." Comments those who work here say simply aren't true.
Nobody grows up or you know, when they're thinking about the future, when they're a child, has an aspiration to be a sleeper or to be living in temporary accommodation. It's a very, very complex state of affairs to be making blanket statements about. It's not something that's easily resolved.
Anyone can walk in, whether they're presenting as homeless or they're at risk.
Each month they help around 40 people here who are homeless or in temporary accommodation, and across Bridlington the number is rising. 2 days after the Home Secretary's tweet, Amy says her tent was taken away, and now she's sleeping on the beach. Scared, she says, of the cold winter months ahead and how attitudes may change to people sleeping on the streets. Amelia Beckett, ITV News, Bridlington.